So housing affordability is a hot topic lately. I want to read you the first line from this article I just found. There are many headlines about how housing affordability is declining. The headlines are correct. It's less affordable to purchase a home today than it was a year ago. However, it's important to give this trend context. Is it less expensive to buy a house today than it was in 2005? What about 1995? What happens if you go all the way back to 1985 or even 1975? I'm going to put up this graphic so you can see what I'm talking about here. Obviously, the price of a home has appreciated dramatically over the last 45 years. So have the prices of milk and bread and just about every other consumable. Prices rise over time. It's called inflation. When we look at housing, price is just one component that makes up the monthly cost of a home. Another key factor is the mortgage rate at the time of purchase. This chart looks back over the last 5 decades at the cost of a home, adjusting for inflation. For the mortgage amount, they took the median sales price at the end of the second quarter of each year, as reported by the Fed, and assumed that the buyer made a 10% down payment. For the mortgage rate, they looked at the monthly 30-year fixed rate for June of that year, as reported by Freddie Mac. They used a mortgage calculator to determine the monthly principal and interest on the loan, and then ran that through an inflation calculator to determine what each payment would be adjusted for inflation. Green means the homes were less expensive than today. Red means they were more expensive. So the chart shows that in the last 45 years, there were only 2 times when it was less expensive to own a home than it is today. Last year, we saw strong price appreciation over the year before as mortgage rates have remained relatively flat. In 2010, we saw plummeting home prices after the housing crash. A third of all sales were distressed properties. They sold at major discounts and negatively impacted the value of surrounding homes. Of course, homes were more affordable then. At every other point, even in 1975, it was more expensive to buy a home than it is today. So if you'd like to become a homeowner, don't be discouraged by the headlines today. It is less affordable today than it was last year, but it's not less affordable than your parents paid 20 years ago or your grandparents 40 years ago. Hang in there.